5, 4, 3, 2.
Crank it, Jerry.
Welcome to Into the Wild, the official podcast of the Washington Wild Pigs.
What do you hear? What do you say?
It's the best sports podcast in the world. Wait, is that true?
If you're committed enough, you can make any story. I once convinced a woman that I was Kevin Costner, and it worked because I believed it.
Now, here's your host, Kyle Dawson.
Did you get the popcorn?
Back on the Wild Things Baseball Network for our post-game show. Let's attempt to put a bow on this one for you. The Wild Things victorious, going away a bit, but Steven Rustich's 8 RBI day, 3-homer day for Florence makes it a bit closer than it really was. Just 1 second while I finalize some numbers. Okay. Now we can go. Let's start with the scoring. Top of the first inning, leadoff single by Caleb McNeely. He'd steal second base. A few batters later, Andrew Check, ground ball off the first base bag that popped into right field, would be an RBI single and give the Wild Things their first of many in this game. In the top of the second, the Wild Things grabbed 6 innings. A leadoff single by Ethan Wilder, followed by a base hit for Robert Chayka, and a single for Brett Roberts loaded the bases. Jomar Hernandez struck out for the first out of the inning. But the next batter, Caleb McNeely, was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in a full count. That made it 2-0 Washington. The next batter, Jeff LaCorey, a 2-run single to left field with the bases still full. And then the next batter, Tyreek Reed, a 2-run double, made it for Washington a 5-0 affair. Later in the inning, check that. That would make it a 6-0 affair. Later in the inning, Ethan Wilder would poke home Tyreek Reed and make it 7-0. That's the 6 runs in the second inning. The Wild Things grabbed 5 more in the third before Florence got on the board for the first time in the third inning. It was a leadoff single by Robert Chayka, followed by a Brett Roberts double. Jomar Hernandez would line a single back to the box and make it 8-0. A few batters later, Jeff LaCorey bounced into a fielder's choice for his third RBI of the day. That made it 9-0 Washington. And then a 3-run homer by Tyreek Reed, his second of the year, made it a 12-0 Washington score. That is when Florence got on the board for the first time in the bottom of the third. A RBI triple by Blazo Sabin scored Florence's first run. The next batter, Steven Rustich, got the first of his 8 RBI today, and it was a single in the third inning that scored Blazo Sabin and made it 12-2. Florence would cut it to 12-4 in the fifth inning on Rustich's first of 3 home runs in his final 3 trips. A 2-run shot made it 12-4. And then the Wild Things got 6 in the top of the 6th inning. Started with a walk to Robert Chayka, a flyout by Brett Roberts, a double by Jomar Hernandez. A walk to Caleb McNeely loaded the bases for Jeff LaCorey, who delivered his first professional home run, a grand slam, making it 16-4. And the Wild Things would get 2 later in the inning on an RBI double by Ethan Wilder. The first before that, though, on a wild pitch that scored Wagner Lagrange from third base during the Wilder plate appearance, and then Wilder would knock home the run. That made it an 18-4 ball game at that point. Florence got another 2-run homer in the bottom of the 7th inning by Rustich, and then Wagner Lagrange lifted a sacrifice fly in the 8th inning to make it 19-6. 3-run homer by Rustich in the 9th inning made it 19-9, and that's the final. For the Wild Things, it is 19 runs on 22 hits. 8, 13, 14, 16, 20, 22 hits. No errors. And Washington in this game leaves 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10 aboard. For the Florence Yalls, it is 9 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors. And the Yalls left 2, 3, 4, 5 aboard in the ball game. The winning pitcher is Jordan DiValerio. He is 2-0. The loser is the starter for Florence, Matt Fernandez. He falls to 0-2, and there is no save. We got underway at 1:06 We finished around 4:06 or 4:05. We'll call it 4:06 for an even 3-hour ball game here in Florence. A 19-9 final. Washington takes the series. For the sake of getting you out of Dodge and getting you out of here, we will let you go with that. The Wild Things and Joliet Slammers open a series on Tuesday in Joliet outside of Chicago. We will have that game for you. It's a 7:35, 6:35 start. Central Time, that is at the 6:35 level, and we will bring that to you at about 6:20 Central Time on Tuesday evening. Until then, stay glued to our pages, stay glued to the website. We've got some exciting news to share over the course of the next couple of days, and then, of course, we will bring you the action from Joliet this week. Until then, so long. Thank you for tuning in to the Wild Things Baseball Network presented by Rocco's Rolls and the new Frontier League Network powered by Home Team Network. The final score again, Washington 19 and Florence 9 in the Sunday series finale that gives the series to Washington. We'll talk to you in roughly 52 hours from Joliet. Good night. 2-2 count to check. Fernandez home with the next, and this is grounded up the first baseline. It's off the bag and into right field for a base hit. Checker's got an RBI as McNeely comes across to score, and the Wild Things on the board first at 1-0. Ended up a 10-7 loss for Washington. LaCorey pokes it to left. That's going to be down for a base hit. Inside out at it, Roberts being waved around third after Cheka scores the throws late and gets by. And both runners will try and test the extra 90 feet throw into left field. Saved on the slide by Rustich in left. And 2 runs score on the base hit by LaCorey. Here's the next. 0-2 in the air, center field straight away. O'Sabin ranging back, not going to get it. It one hops over the wall. And it is a book roll double for Tyreek Reed to bring in 2 more. Reed at second. Wilder lines it right field, base hit. Tyreek Reed being waved around third. He will score. Hernandez, line drive, center field, base hit. Cheka will score. Roberts is going to be held at third base. That's the first Wild Things RBI for Jomar Hernandez. And the pitch to LaCorey on the way. LaCorey bounces it at second. Maybe a chance for 2, and the throw from second base gets away as Hernandez goes sliding into the second base bag. So a fielder's choice. Hernandez stays on the base pass because of the error that will be charged to Davis, the second baseman. Run scores, it's an RBI for LaCorey on the fielder's choice, and it's 9-0. The pitch from Fernandez, and that is belted to left field. Forget about it. Tyreek Reed, a 3-run homer. It is a 12 spot for Washington, and we are still sitting in the 3rd inning. 0-2 to LaCorey. In the air, right field, hit well. Right fielder Bobo looking up, and it is gone. The first professional home run for Jeff LaCorey is a grand slam that extends the Washington lead from 12-4 to 16-4. Lead, no pick. Hines comes home, and it's punched up the first base line for a base hit for Wilder. Reed waved around. He will score. Wilder headed towards second, and he's in there safely with an RBI double. Lagrange in the air, right center. Right fielder Bobo over. He'll make the catch. Runner does tag, and Lagrange going to grab himself an RBI as LaCorey comes across to score Washington's 19th run. 1-0 pause. Del Rosario lifts and deals in a mile-high fly ball to right. Should do it. Jeff LaCorey is under it and makes the catch. Ball game. Wild Things 19, Florence 9 in the series finale and rubber game. And the Wild Things win back-to-back games to win the series and will head to Joliet with the 10-run victory.